In this part of the Yoga Vasistha, we're getting a description of the dynamic of enlightenment practice, spiritual practice. Essentially, in enlightenment practice, in the practice of right liberation, we're aware of what our attention is doing. And in that awareness, the attention can attend to itself. When the awareness is attending to itself, this is when we must learn to appreciate what that means. And this is where the talk of Brahman, the Absolute, comes in. But we shouldn't really be talking about Brahman at all, because to talk about Brahman is to conceptualize Brahman. And Brahman is beyond all that. So at this point in the Yoga Vasistha, in talking about right liberation, in talking about enlightenment practice, instead of Brahman we have Shiva, the great god Shiva. Shiva is the Absolute. And the reason that we have Shiva is because Shiva has a consort. Although here his consort isn't Parvati as usual. Here his consort is Bhairavi, or Kali, doing her dance of death, her dance of life and death. And these represent the two states of the attention. One might wonder, well, why do this? Why represent the two states of the attention as a great god and a great goddess? Why represent the attention when it's resting in itself as Shiva? And why, when the attention is elsewhere, involved with other things, do we represent that as Kali? Well, this is quite natural to the Hindu mind to do this, but it also reflects the cosmic nature of what is going on, because it is cosmic. And the Hindus have this ready-made pantheon of cosmic entities to reflect this. And if you're not a Hindu, it's worth getting a feel for these, for the cosmic nature of enlightenment practice, because it encompasses creation and dissolution on a moment-to-moment basis. It's not just little old you struggling with your psyche. It's about everything that is going on. It's about everything that's going on and how this is an expression of what is intrinsic to your very being. So it's worth getting to feel at home with Shiva and Kali. Vasistha continued. When this dynamic energy of consciousness rests at each place as it is, without becoming something else, that itself is known as Shiva, the Lord. So the dynamic energy of consciousness, what else can that be but the attention? The attention is in motion, and what the attention normally does is it loses itself in what it's attending to. In spiritual practice, the attention stays in touch with its own nature, and it realizes its absolute nature. And we can call this Shiva, the Lord. That is, the thing in itself is the Lord. That is the experiencing which is the Lord. The thing in itself is a thing without thinking about it, without conceptualizing it, experiencing the characteristics directly. If we can be in touch with the essential experiencing, then whatever that experiencing is, whatever is being experienced, if we can be in touch with that without thinking about it, or without getting caught up in ideas about it, notions about it, then this is the Lord. This is the Lord. The following are the limbs of this dynamic energy of consciousness which have been created as notions in her. All these created worlds, the earth with all the continents and oceans, the forests and the mountains, the scriptures, the different forms of sacred rites, wars in which various forms of weapons are used, and all the 14 worlds. And so this is what we call creation. These are our notions about things. This is Kali, Bhairavi. This is the dynamic energy of consciousness. Notions are bubbling up into it, and the attention identifies with these notions, and from that constructs what we consider reality, or what is considered reality. And it reflects here the yogi's lifestyle, scriptures, sacred rites and so on, and wars that the yogi would know about. But we could add our job, our friends, our politics, our culture, our family, all the things which are the factors of our life are the limbs of the dynamic energy of consciousness. Rama said, "O sage, are these things which are said to be the limbs in the body of this dynamic energy real or false?" And this is the question we like to ask. This is the modern question. Are we dealing with fact here or fiction? This is the basic division we like to make.